Hello students, welcome back to the second part of the chapter number 7, that is getting to know your plants. So in this part we will try to understand about the leaf. So in the first part we have seen about the stem and different categories of the plants. In this part we will try to understand about the leaf. So what is leaf? Leaf, we know the green color part of the plant. So what does exactly mean of leaf? Leaf is a thin, flat and green structure arise from the nodes of the stem. Now you may have a question that what is node in the plant? So to understand the node, you simply imagine the sugarcane plant. Okay, the part which you cannot eat, the hardened part between that sugarcane, that is called the node. So each and every plant has got the nodes, but sometimes due to the covered leaf we cannot observe the node, but it is still there. In all trees the nodes are present. In any kind of plants except some herbs, the nodes are present. So if you can observe these, there are the nodes present into the stem. So the distance between the two nodes, first and second, it is called the internode. So the stem has got nodes as well as the internodes, and whatever the thing that get arise from the stem is only from the nodes. Whatever the branch is get arise from the nodes, the leaf get arise from the nodes, the flowers get raised from the nodes. So nodes are the structure from where the leaf will get start, or will produce the leaf. If we observe the leaf, we can see several different types of the leaves. So basically there are two types of leaves. If you observe, if you go out and see all the plants, they can be either small or bigger one. You can observe different type of structure inside them. So we try to understand those structure. This is a net-like structure into the leaf, right? So if you observe this, suppose if I show you a leaf, this is the leaf. Okay, in this leaf, as you can see, you can observe certain vein-like structure. As we have a vein in our body, this leaf also has got certain veins in them. So what is the function of this vein? What is the function of our veins present in our body? The veins are involved into the transportation of the nutrient through the blood in our body. Okay, but in case of the leaf, they supply the minerals, nutrients and to the leaf surfaces, and whatever the food is prepared by the leaf, that get collected by the veins and go back into the different parts of the different structure or part of the plant. Okay, so if you closely observe this plant, this leaf, you can observe the veins. Okay, so the structure of the vein is different that we will understand. So this is basically the leaf. Now the leaf, this structure, the green color part, the broad thin green color part, that is called the lamina. Okay, so what is lamina? So this whole structure, the green color part, that is the lamina, and the part which is not that green, the upper part, that is called the petiole. Okay, can you see this? This is the petiole. Okay, so if you draw the structure, this petiole is over here. This leaf is connected through the petiole to the stem. Okay, so this is the part which is called the petiole, which is connected to the stem. So how can we explain that? Petiole is a part of the leaf through which it is connected to the stem. Stem के साथ में connected हुआ है with the help of the petiole. Petiole क्या करता है? Petiole connect the leaf as well as the stem. Stem और leaf दोनों को connection करने का काम करता है petiole. Okay, now next one is the leaf blade. We can say the lamina as well. So what is the lamina? The broad green part of the leaf. So whatever the broad part is here, that is called the lamina. Now, as I said earlier, there are certain veins are present. So how can you explain the veins? Veins are simply the line present into the leaves. Those are the different small tiny lines present into the leaf. Those are called the veins. Now, if you can observe, see here, this is a one single broad line present into the middle of the leaf. So the line which is present in middle of this leaf, it is called the midrib. Okay, so mid that means in between. So this is called the midrib. Understand? So the line of the vein passing through the middle of the leaf. This line is passing through the middle, through the end it's going. So it is called the midrib. Now we will understand about the venation. What is venation? Venation simply means the design made by the leaf veins. So if you observe into the leaf, the veins have made design here. It is something like a net-like structure present into the leaf. If you go from the downside, okay, that is a ventral side. Okay, we normally say is a underside, below side. Okay, so this leaf, in this leaf, you can observe the design which is made by the veins is called the venation. Now everything is got clear. Now if we observe certain different plants, suppose I have taken this leaf. Okay, this is a different kind of leaf. This is a kind of grass leaf. So in this leaf there is a different type of venation. Here if you can observe very closely, you cannot observe the net-like structure over here. Okay, in this leaf you cannot observe that structure, but in this leaf there is a different type of structure. So the arrangement of the leaf is different in both the plants, both the leaves. So there are two category of the lines. Okay, the lines which goes parallel in this plant. If we take the bigger one, okay, so say for an example, this is the plant. Okay, so in this plant, these are the long leaves. Here you cannot observe the petioles directly because the petioles are converted in some other form and they cover the main stem. So petiole is large. From here to here they have covered whole the internode. Whole internode is covered. So petiole we cannot observe in this leaf, but we can observe the lamina directly. So this is a lamina of a plant, of a leaf. Now in this leaf, if you can observe very closely, what you can see, whatever the veins are going, they are not crossing each other. Those are not crossing, they are not passing from each other. So these all lines are going parallel till the end. Okay, so this is the midrib present, this is the big one, this is the midrib, and the lines, the veins which going parallelly to each other. So this kind of venation is termed as a parallel venation. Okay, so first type is parallel venation. So all the lines, normally parallel venation we can observe into the long type of leaves. Okay, those are called the monocot leaves. So these leaves has got parallel venation. So hope you understand what is the parallel venation. The leaves which has got the veins which are passing parallel to each other, that is called the parallel venation. Whereas the second type of venation, that is called the reticulate venation. Now what is reticulate venation? When those veins are not parallel, that means at the both sides they mix it with each other and make a net-like structure. Okay, that is called the reticulate venation. If you observe this another plant very closely, you can see the reticulate venation. See here the zigzag line. And if we want to study or observe the venation, suppose in the leaf it is hard to understand about the venation, then that is one activity you can do at your home. So what will you do to do this activity? Take a paper, a blank paper, something like this, and take certain leaves. Suppose I am going to take this leaf as well as this second leaf. So what I will do, I will place this leaf at the downside like suppose this leaf is here, one by one I'm taking. Okay, this leaf, and I will place it like this. Downside should be at this one. This is the downside, and I'm placing it like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, by pressing it, by putting on the table something like this table, I will scratch this paper with the pencil. Okay, so I will apply the pencil, and the same way I will take another leaf, I will put it like this, and then I will rub it, scrub it with the pencil. So finally what I will get an image. If I do, what I will get is, I will find the images like this. If you can observe this, in this image, this first leaf has got the parallel variation. If you can observe, the lines are going, tiny lines which are going parallelly, narrow tiny lines, both the side of the midrib. And in the second leaf, this is a design, a nice good design which is made by the wind. So in the both the side of this midrib, you can see the net-like structure that is made by the wings. So first one is the parallel venation, whereas the second one is the reticulate venation. Hope you are clear with the both type of the venation. Now we will try to understand about the function of the leaf. Okay, as we have learned the function of the stem, now we learn about the function of the leaf. Why it is needed? Why? What is the function of the leaf? It has mainly got the two functions. Which are they? Whatever the water that get absorbed by the root, that will get transported through the stem, and finally they will come in the leaf. So basically the leaf will have the nutrients, the minerals which are absorbed by the root, they will be there. Okay, now what the leaf will do? They will make their food. Okay, as we know, the leaves are the kitchen of the tree or kitchen of the plant. So what we do, what we make in the kitchen, we make our food in the kitchen. So leaves are the kitchen of the plant, so they will make their food. What is their food? Mainly the starch material. So we can say the glucose or starch, carbohydrates. So they will make their food into the leaf. How they will make the food? The process of making the food is termed as the photosynthesis. But to perform the photosynthesis, it needs to be presence of certain other things also. What other things? First thing, it requires sunlight. Okay. Second thing, it requires carbon dioxide. It requires water. So what things are required from the outside? Carbon dioxide, that is CO2, then water, and the presence of sunlight. Okay, and certain other things which must needed is called the chlorophyll. As we know that all these plants contains the chlorophyll, because this is the whole leaf. Leaf has got a chlorophyll present in them. Now what is chlorophyll and how can we identify it? All these plants leaves appears green in color. So what this green color is because of? This green color is due to the presence of chlorophyll. Correct? So why these plants looks green? They look green because they have got the chlorophyll. And why the chlorophyll is needed for the plants? Chlorophyll is very important for the plants because they make their food in presence of the chlorophyll. Chlorophylls are the units. They make their food. They are the particular. Okay, if we talk about the leaf, the whole leaf, where it will make? They will make. So who will make? Chlorophyll will make. Chlorophylls, wherever the chlorophyll are present in the leaves, they absorb the light. They absorb the solar energy and they will convert the chemical energy. Now the solar energy, that is called the sunlight, and chemical energy, that we normally term as the carbohydrates, starch, whatever we say. Okay, so if we want to define the definition of the photosynthesis, how will we define it? So when you write the photosynthesis definition, you need to include certain things. Which are they? Chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. Okay, so you can write in your own way, but those things need to be mentioned in your answer. That is the process through which plant prepare food. Okay, which process? It's a process to make the food. The process through which plant prepare food in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. दोनों चीज की प्रेजेंस बहुत ही जरूरी है. That is sunlight and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is present in the leaves. Presence of sunlight and chlorophyll by using water and carbon dioxide. Okay. So what will be the end product after? What they will make? प्रोसेस खत्म हो जाने के बाद वो क्या बनाएंगे फोटोसिंथेसिस में? They will make their food in form of carbohydrate. Okay. So there are certain plants, they make their food by the leaves and they store their food in the different organs. Okay, that we'll study in higher classes, but here just understand that because of this leaf, they will, in the presence of the sunlight and chlorophyll, they make their food by using carbon dioxide and water. And here, as we know, the product, main product is food itself, and the byproduct here is the oxygen. That is why when the plant make their food, normally at the daytime when they make their food, what will happen? This carbon dioxide from the atmosphere that will get used up by the plants. From this carbon dioxide, this carbon will get used to make their food. Okay, now if you remove the carbon from the carbon dioxide, what will be the rest? Oxygen. So they will generate an oxygen. They will liberate oxygen. Now oxygen, suppose this is a pore, stomata. From there, the carbon dioxide will go in. That will be used by the chloroplasts which are present into the plant. So this tiny spores are the chloroplasts, and this big one is called the stomata. Okay, so the carbon dioxide will get enter into the leaf to the stomata, that will be used up, and the oxygen will get liberated outside. They will get pushed outside. So oxygen will come out of the leaf. So why plants are playing a very important role? Because what they were doing, they using the carbon dioxide and emerging the oxygen, which is very helpful for the nature. Everyone needs oxygen for the breathing. Okay, for the breathing, for the respiration, we need an oxygen. Okay, so this, they are doing very precious activity, and it is very important for the whole universe, as they are cleaning our atmosphere and giving us an oxygen. Okay, this is our first function. What was the first function? Photosynthesis. Now the second function is called the transpiration. Now what is transpiration? Conversion of the water. So now the water molecule will get absorbed by the roots and will go into the stem and finally into the leaves. Now these water molecules are present over here. Now some water that will get used up during the process of the photosynthesis. Now what about the rest of the water? What about, otherwise if the water will not get used up, this root will not absorb the new water, and if they will not absorb the new water, they cannot get some new nutrients from the ground. So the important function over here is our transpiration. Transpiration क्यों जरूरी है? क्योंकि अगर ट्रांसपीरेशन नहीं होगा तो पानी पेड़ों के अंदर भरा रहेगा. अगर उनके पास सफिशिएंट अमाउंट ऑफ द वाटर है तो प्लांट जो के रूट है वो नया वाटर एब्जॉर्ब नहीं करेंगे. अगर हम भूखे होते हैं तभी हम खाना खाते हैं, प्यासे होते हैं तभी हम पानी पीते हैं. तो अगर प्लांट के पास इस लिफ्ट में पानी भरा हुआ पड़ा है, पूरे प्लांट की बॉडी के अंदर पानी है, तो वो फिर से पानी एब्जॉर्ब करेंगे नहीं. इसीलिए इनके अंदर, लिफ्ट के अंदर एक इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोसेस होती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द ट्रांसपिरेशन. इन दैट प्रोसेस this leaf will remove a water in form of water vapor. So water we normally write in the like as H2O, and the T will get removed in the vapor form. Okay, so this water vapor will get removed. So what is transpiration? The process by which plant remove the water in the form of water vapor, that is called the transpiration. Now to understand this transpiration process, or whether they are doing the transpiration or not, we can do one experiment. Okay, over here I have taken a pot. Okay, this is the pot, and in this pot I have covered one branch with a polythene bag. Okay, so before 24 hours, like yesterday I have kept this polythene bag. If you put this pot under the sun, what they will do, as I said, these plants, they do two activities. Okay, this is photosynthesis and transpiration. So how can you observe this transpiration? Transpiration done by the leaf. Okay, so when they do transpiration, they produce what? Water vapor, and water vapor will finally go into the atmosphere if we cannot hold it. Okay, now as we have learned in our previous chapter, when something is get evaporated, and if we want to bring it back, we need to do condensation. And how can we do condensation? To do condensation, we require something to cover it. Okay, some surface we need to get settle those vapors. So over here, what I have done is I have covered this branch with a polythene bag, and I have kept this into the sunlight. Now we will open this polythene so that you can understand what is present into the leaf, into this bag. So if I open that up, I have opened it. Now if you want to observe, if you can observe, there are some spots of water we can find. Okay, these are certain spots, water spots. In the tiny spots we can find in this polythene. So from where does it comes? So what can we conclude from that, from this experiment? So for this experiment, basically what we need a plant plotted into some pot, planted into the plot. So this plant, second thing we require is rubber band or thread and a polythene bag. If we cover this plant with the polythene bag by tying it with a rubber band or string, whatever, and we put into the sunlight for a day, then next day if we observe the polythene bag, we can find some water droplets inside that polythene bag. So what can we conclude? That was our observation. What we have observed? So in observation we will say we have observed the water droplet into the polythene bag. First of all, we will write the method. Which method? Experiment for the transpiration. The aim is to understand the transpiration in the plants. That will be our aim. So whenever we write our experiment, first things we need to write is the aim. Then the things we need, the material we need, those are the plant, polythene bag, rubber band. Okay. Now the method we have to write. In the method, what we will write? We will apply a polythene bag on the branch of this plant, tie it and put it into the sunlight. Observation. Next day, we untie this polythene bag and observe inside the polythene bag. So we observe what we have observed over here. Observation. We can see small water droplets present into the polythene bag. After observation, the result is the water has got condensed. The water vapor is got condensed inside the polythene bag. That will be our result. Now, from this result, what can we conclude? What can we conclude? So, conclusion must be matching to our aim. What was our aim? To observe the transpiration process into the plant. So in the conclusion, what we can conclude is, at the end of the experiment, it can be concluded that the water which is absorbed by the root, that will be transmitted through the leaf. Okay, the transpiration takes place by the leaf into the plants. You can write anyway, water transpiration. Okay, so hope you are clear with this experiment which is given in your textbook. So hope you are clear with all the terms and all the things which are given in your textbook and whatever I have explained. The next experiment which is given for the leaf is to find the presence of the starch or presence of the food which is made by the leaf. Okay, so what is the function? As we know, this is the plant have the leaf has got two functions. Which one? Transpiration and food preparation, that is photosynthesis. Now how can we define? So this first experiment which I have done right now, that was about the transpiration. Now the second experiment it will be for the photosynthesis. Now food preparation, how can we define? How can we observe the food preparation? With the help of the experiment, obviously. So for that, what we'll do, we will take any of the plant, only any of the leaf of the plant. Okay, as we know, this leaf has got a chlorophyll molecule. In this presence of the chlorophyll molecule, they make the food. If they make the food must be present into the leaf. So to find this presence of the food, what we need to do, we have to obviously observe this plant, and there should be a presence of certain food molecule into the leaves. Okay, so how will we find it out? We'll take the leaf and we will take a beaker. So if we take a leaf and this is a beaker, it has got a spirit as well as a water. So we can take either ethanol or ethyl alcohol or spirit, the volatile substances with the help of which we can soften the leaf. Okay, so what we will do, we can take the leaf and make a little part, then we can put into this water containing spirit. Now what we need to do is we have to boil this water containing the spirit. When we boil this water, what will happen? Because the water contains the spirit is an alcohol. The water contains the spirit. When it boils, the chlorophyll molecule will get leach out. जो क्लोरोफिल मॉलिक्यूल अंदर लीफ के अंदर प्रेजेंट है वो बाहर आएंगे. कैसे आएंगे? क्योंकि उसके अंदर स्पिरिट है. जब बॉयल होगा तो उसकी सरफेस सॉफ्टन होगी, लीफ सॉफ्ट होगा, एंड बिकॉज द लीफ इज सॉफ्ट द ग्रीन कलर पिगमेंट विल लीच आउट. नाउ द लीफ विल बी नॉट that green. Okay, so now as we have learned previously in the food chapter that if we want to check the presence of the carbohydrate, we will use the iodine. Now after some time, when it gets cooled down, when it's completely turned different in color, pale yellow color or a little brownish in color, we will take that out. Okay, so when we take it out, and after that we will apply a drop of iodine on the surface of that leaf, and if we observe after applying that, we can see a color change. We can observe certain spots. Suppose this is the leaf. Okay, this was the part of the leaf we have cut. Okay, we have put into the boiling spirit water with the spirit. Now if you observe this plant, this leaf, in this leaf contains certain patches like this. So these patches indicate that there is a presence of food material into the leaf. That shows. Now what it concludes? It concludes that leaves are responsible for doing the photosynthesis and making their own food. So now hope you're clear with this experiment. in this experiment, what material we need? We need what was our aim? Aim is to make, what was our aim? Is to check the presence of food into the leaf, or to check the photosynthesis activity in the leaf. Can be asked anyway. So this was our aim. Now material, what we need are leaf, then spirit, beaker, burner, and iodine, obviously, because for checking of this food molecule or starch molecule we need iodine solution. So iodine. Now method, in the method we will make a cut piece of this leaf and put into the beaker which contains the water as well as the spirit. Then we'll put into the burner to boil it, and we will let this leaf boil for some time till this green color get disappear from the leaf. After that, we'll take this leaf out from the beaker and apply some iodine solution. And after that, there will be an observation. Now, what will be our observation? The observation is we can observe a patches in the leaf. Okay, colored patches into the leaves. So what will be the conclusion? Result we have observation. Result में क्या देखा? Observation के जैसा है. Result में हमने देखा कि we found the presence of the food substance into the leaf. Now conclusion. Conclusion should be matched with the aim. So conclusion would be the leaf are responsible for doing photosynthesis and making their own food by their own. Okay, hope you are clear with this idea. So next part we'll see in the next lecture.